Welcome to Beth and Jeff's Coffee Chat. Thank you all who are tuning in out there. We really appreciate it. I'm sorry.
I just start off the right way by laughing.
It's hard for him to do this sometimes, so he just starts laughing and there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to go with it. So today we decided we would tune in and we would discuss more about why we became the slow growing nomads.
Yes.
Well, we've raised 4 kids together, right? We've been married maybe 37 years. We did what we thought everybody told us to do, right? We saw what society told us you do. You get married, you have kids, you buy a house, you get the cars, you work, and you work, and you work. And we did. We worked, and Jeff worked so much. I have to say that he was an amazing husband that way, raising kids, and neither one of us at that point, we just had no college education.
Yep.
You had trade school, he was a hardworking mechanic, and you did detailing work, but we weren't doctors or lawyers or anything. We were just average Americans doing the grind, trying to pay the bills, raise our kids with some kind of what am I trying to say, it's like, I wanted them to be productive adults, become productive adults, be respectful, help others, not always think about themselves. So that was important to us. And we had amazing kids. Were they perfect? No. Were we perfect? No, we weren't perfect. We came with lots of baggage when we met. We're both babies of our family. So you were babies of your families out there probably understand what we're talking about.
When you see me laughing, one of my kids would be here, they'd be laughing too. So
yeah, this is what they would do. We worked, paid the bills, worked, pay the bills, worked to pay the bills to, have. Sometimes your lights got turned off. We had to deal with that and trying to figure it out. Work 2 jobs and pay daycare, and was it worth it, and all of that.
Yeah.
To one day, you're just like, your kids are grown, almost, pretty much grown.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and then we went from that to me being diagnosed with cancer and having all that to deal with and recovery time. And then Jeff having 2 strokes, and then it just kind of woke us up to say, hey, what are we doing here? What do we have to show for anything all these years, other than we have 4 beautiful children and a pretty good marriage. It's had its ups and downs, but what marriage doesn't have its ups and downs, right? Let's be honest. And then
I feel like all we did was work.
Yeah, right? We weren't enjoying life, really enjoying life. And what did we really want to do? We had to sit down and ask ourselves some really tough questions. Here we are, the mid part of our lives during that.
My early stages,
Yeah, he's still in his early stages of life. So we had to start making choices as far as what do we not want and what do we want. And I'll be honest, we're still figuring things out. We kind of figured out what we didn't want, right? We didn't want to be strapped with a house anymore, right? We didn't want to have to worry about any of the yard work or the maintenance,
all the bills and all the stuff
right?
that go with it.
The mortgage payment, The insurance payments, the roof going bad, the air conditioning going bad, the plumbing going bad. We didn't want none of that anymore.
I'm not the Joneses.
Not to say that you don't have issues, you just have smaller issues with our lifestyle. So that was the kind of the direction, and we didn't do it right away. We just talked about it, right? We talked about it. We tried other things. We even started a business. The business was going pretty well, and then COVID came along and that shut that down. And then we were faced with, now here we had put all of our time and money into a business that now was not going to succeed, and now here we're going to be, being sick, we had to start over, and losing the business, we had to start over. So we've had a lot of start overs And we had to think, what was that going to really look like? So we decided we weren't going to be strapped with a house, right? Our house would be more like our car or our trailer or our camper, right? Because we're just paying one payment. And we don't have all the maintenance. Yeah, we have the maintenance of the car and the tires, but that's a lot less money than that of a house. So
Maybe in a form of mechanic up to going if we need to.
and after, Jeff's stroke, that put him on permanent disability. So now he had to come to terms with he wasn't going to work anymore, right? And that wasn't easy for a workaholic, because he was definitely a workaholic. And he worked all the time. And we didn't see him, and his kids didn't get to see him as often as they should. And that was a hard reality, too, to come across it. We spent so much time working that we missed out on a lot with the kids, too. We didn't want to miss that now with the grandkids, and we wanted to be a part of things, but we also wanted time to enjoy life together on our own. And our kids are all grown, and now we're empty nesters, and even that's been a transition. I think harder for me than you, but I think he might not want to admit it, but he misses his kids too. What do you think? You miss your kids?
You talk to them every day.
Not every day.
Okay.
Every other day.
Twice a day.
Not twice a day. Maybe 2 kids in the same day. Oh yeah, I have a hard time not having my kids around. I'm not going to be lying about that, but I certainly do. But being diagnosed with cancer was a scary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a scary thing, and it made me think a lot about a lot of things and all the things in life that I've missed, and I didn't want to miss that anymore. And I want to enjoy whatever time we have, because the only thing I've learned is here today, gone tomorrow. We've lost a lot of loved ones.
Yep.
And it's not easy losing the ones you love, and then having to come to terms with, maybe you lose a spouse, right? Because you had to come to terms with that, and I had to come to terms with that. And we said, okay, we decided together, no matter what time we have left, we're going to spend it together, right? Doing what we want to do, kind of, right? I'm not in a position to quit completely working. So I still work 2 weeks out of the month, and my job lets me go travel 2 weeks out of the month. We were blessed enough to save enough money to take 6 months and go on the road, and we did that. And we really just taking it one day at a time.
No hurry.
Yeah, we're not in a hurry.
Just enjoying.
We don't have like this definite to-do list before we die. What people call the bucket list. We have an idea of things we want to do, but we are thankful and grateful for every moment that we have, no matter how mundane or how simple it seems. We're just happy to be with each other and to be here, being together, right?
Yeah.
I know when I go to work, I hate going to work because I worry about them, and I hate that part. But we do what we have to do.
I'm a grandkid. They take care of me.
Yeah, your grandkids, they babysit their pappy, the young ones, not the teenager ones.
Backwards, but that's my job. But they don't see it that way.
Yeah, they love their pappy. You can see we didn't brew our own coffee today. We kind of cheated and went and got coffee. Sometimes we do that. This is also why we work really hard in trying to make good decisions about what we eat and put in our body. You'll hear us talk about why we do this. We drink this type of coffee, or we take this kind of supplement, or we listen to this kind of podcast, because we also know without our health, we aren't going to be doing this kind of lifestyle for very long.
We'll be back to where we started.
Yeah, but
Doing
because
nothing.
you don't want to live a stressful life.
That's right.
But living this kind of life does have stressful moments, just like real life does, right? You have things that come up, like getting lost. That stresses me
I
out.
never get lost.
I'm the driver. He can't read a map or pay attention to
I
it.
never had to read a map. I just know where to go.
The GPS lady. No, we don't always know where we're going.
When
We've gone
when I used
places.
to drive,
Well, yeah, but
I
you
would
were
just
trying
go.
to.
if I got lost, I'd
We'd gone places we didn't know we were
Yeah.
going and got lost, and we got stuck on a road where we almost didn't get the camper to turn around.
it was almost an abandoned camper.
Almost, yeah. We almost thought about, we'll just leave the dang thing if we have to, because that's where we are in our life now. Well, I'm not dealing with this. We'll just move on and do something
Right.
else. But we didn't. We figured it out. We've had to learn to work as a team more because we don't have anybody.
Yeah, our GPS, we lost our GPS on our first travel, so
Yeah, our GPS conductor or director or whatever you want to call our son. We relied on him probably way too much. But he got us through so much. And we're just out here in this beautiful park today, enjoying and having our coffee and just spending time together.
nice breeze.
Yeah.
It's not 100 degrees like it was there for a while.
Yeah. When
Nice
we're in
good
town,
idea.
we just kind of still try to get out and enjoy the outdoors.
Yep.
Until we get to the next campsite, which we'll be heading in another week. I got one more week to work, and then we'll be off to our new adventure, to another adventure. Yeah. I'm excited. Are you excited? Yeah, I'm really excited.
I love going places. It's neat to go to places that I lived in this area all the time and never was there.
Yeah, right. We lived in Florida for many years. 3 of our children were born here in Florida. And we realized, we really haven't got to explore Florida
Nope.
because all we did was work. Try to keep, the kids in sports or pay for this and pay for that. And, it was, we didn't get out there too much. We got to take them on a very few vacations other than camping. Camping was our go-to,
Oh my
really,
God.
right?
Yeah, you did that one. Well, I didn't go with you.
Yeah,
all
you
the time.
did. See, we'd go camping and he'd work, and then he'd come to the
I'd come
campsite
over.
and sleep for the night
Did you have to go
until
to
his weekend was off. But during the week, he couldn't be there with us and the kids. It was just us. So that was always a challenge, and it was hard on the kids that Dad couldn't always be there. So now we travel around and see them because they're all grown, got their own houses, live in different states.
Sometimes they have trouble now because I'm all around again. they were running without them.
Mm-hmm.
They told us to go, but then after we got there, they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, yeah, they still worry about their parents
Yeah.
because he falls a lot.
I don't fall.
No, actually, I do, but I blame him. He stumbles.
I stumble.
That's because you had he had his strokes, and so we've learned to laugh at ourselves a lot. He has a hard time walking, and I have a hard time speaking. But I've always been that way.
Yeah, we're not good at walking and talking.
Between the two of us, and our kids worry about us because last time we went camping, I fell off the ladder,
Yeah.
and he didn't save me.
They sent us on the road, and look what happened. We got lost. Was it almost dropping a camper off? Almost left it because we were lost. I mean, when we first left the first time, the whole underneath of the one side of the camper, the wheel came off and broke. And
Oh yeah, we have to really we'll do a whole thing about breaking out on the road and what do you do. That's a great subject for another coffee talk. But really, we just wanted to talk about our challenge.